we go. Boom. See if I can do some stuff and things before I get started. So. Things seem to have gone through. Alright. Want to make sure I was able to copy that because, you know, that way I can put it on Discord instead of anything. Excuse me. I can hear splishing, splashing, splashing, splishing. Holy shit. Did someone, I don't know, did someone get hacked, or... Ah, fuck. Well, never mind, I guess. Yeah, I like a feeling it's like right. I've already seen like anyone get like I've honestly really seen anyone like anyone I've really seen that happen to anyone on that Discord, but stranger things have happened, I guess. You know. Alright. Now that I've managed to put it, make a post within the grove. Okay. Since everything seems to be working and all that, you know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, as always, everyone, hey, my fellow Rumble Maniacs. It's Mr. Rumble Roses here again, and welcome back to yet another installment of Elden Ring. So, yeah, random ass funny story, I guess. Um, so I pretty much decided to, maybe get like some, maybe get like some rest. Like I thought maybe to myself, like, maybe I might get like some rest, for, for the whole, for the whole situation, for like, waiting until later, until I, would be getting ready to, until like, I'd be ready, to fucking, um, get ready to go live and all that, right? Well, it would seem as though that I had slept so long that I had forgotten about, what time I originally had went down. And so, I just got up pretty much a little while ago thinking to myself, like, oh shit, I have, pretty much thinking to myself, like, like, oh shit, like, I forgot to, do the thing. I was like, oh, I said to myself, like, oh, I was gonna be trying, um, to stream, to go live, do something, during my normal time frame, but, as it stands right now, it's almost about 9:30 p.m. my time, which is nighttime, which, again, it's also, it's not a real big deal, but I guess you can say, like, the thing is that, for me, and I honestly don't really mind talking about this in a sense, um, but basically in a nutshell, I'm someone who doesn't really have a quote unquote sleep schedule. I stay up as long as I want. I, sleep in as much as I want to as well. And not have to really worry about a care in the world. Mostly. But but yeah. So yeah, and even though like I did like like a late night, early morning stream type of thing, I said to maybe like try to do something for like an extra type of stream, an extra type of stream type of thing. Um, Excuse me, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, but yeah. So we are back with some more Elden Ring. We are playing with Great Pumpkin Lord, formerly known as Great Pumpkin Eater, and everything. And just kind of feel. I've talked about this character before, and everything like that. But I guess I'll go ahead and kind of mention it once more because I don't know how many times I'm going to do this. But so the origin of this character basically is that this character is based off of one of Theo the Deathbed Companion's champions. Um, This is a character that I think it's kind of like a rare sight to see because I actually, because I did a wee bit of research on them. And I think I think like the thing that I remember seeing was that apparently I think like you only see this you only see this this champion if you're facing her if you're facing her champions while you're playing Elden Ring online. If not, then I think you might get like someone different. Um, but yeah, basically, this is based off this is like a pumpkin character. This is pretty much based off a warrior with a pumpkin helm thing on his head. And my friend Onyx, also known as Onyx the Gaming Machine, he's like, hey, I got this idea, for pumpkin bro that you can do. So we can go do like maybe some pumpkin bro stuff, from time to time, I think he's got a thing of a pumpkin bro stuff he's called. I think it's like Goldward or something like that, which is based off of Sigvard of Katarina from I think it's like Dark Souls 3 and everything. So yeah. But yeah, so this is so I'm this is kind of a thing that I know a lot of people also will try and do, but yeah, so here is the stats and everything. He is level 175. He's got I think 73 bigger, but since I had gotten a hug from Via, I think it's like it reduces like 1 point until I use the Mulligan's Blessing. But basically, it's around like 72 to 73 vigor, 14 mind, 47 endurance, 35 strength, 85 dex, 12 intelligence, 13 faith, and 16 arcane. But I guess another thing is that I did activate a rune arcs, that way I can be able to use Godric's Great Rune and everything, and it adds plus 10 to my, it pretty much adds like plus 10 to every, to my stat stuff, so, yeah. But, yeah, so, yeah, his armor stuff and everything, he's wearing the pumpkin helm, he's got Bloodhound Knight armor, and I originally had, I think it's like Godric Knight Gauntlets and Greaves, but I did find out technically that that the build does consist of Gilmir Knight Gauntlets and Greaves, and stuff like that, which is I think what. Which I was kind of thinking to myself, it's like, does it really matter? Because cause basically, like, if you look around all this, for the most part, at least like, for for like some of the for the night characters and all that, like it still weighs, like if you look at like Lindell, Gilmir, Cuckoo Knight, Godric Knight, right? Like they pretty much like they weigh the same, like they weigh the same, and everything. It's just like some slight little stats change here and there. So yeah, but yeah, for his weapons he's got he's got two rotten great axes, which I did find out that he only has one original rotten great axe. With just like a normal like great axe thing, but Onyx gave me two of these, which I don't really mind, because it's basically like with both of these, because like both of these I can able to proc, more than more than one, effect, because with the rotten great axes I can be able to mainly proc Scarlet Rot, but for this one, like the cold one, I can go to build up Frost, which has a lot of Frost build up, as you can see, about 153. The other one is I can go to inflict blood loss. So it's basically like but Scarlet Rot, blood loss, and Frost, and Frost. However, with this one that right here, because it has the Poisonous Mist Astral War, I could basically put in proc a possible fourth. So basically, I got Scarlet Rot, Poison, um, Blood, and Frost. So, yeah. But yeah, right now though, I am in an abandoned cave in Caled, because I was pretty much just doing some random exploring here and there, and and this is pretty much the cave that kind of is a little bit tricky to get to because it requires to you to I think like mainly you have to find like a big ass like tree branch thing or something like that. Hope to get on there and then get and then hope to get in here. But but yeah. Um yeah, I'm probably going to die. Yeah, I think I'm going to just let the Scarlet Rot, kind of just do its thing for right now. I know it's going to not let me use. I know like my Great Rune thing is, not going to be active, but it's whatever. Now I'm pretty sure some people might be saying like, why don't you just teleport? But unfortunately, I can't because the only way I can be able to teleport or fast travel or whatever, um, is if I beat, is if I beat this cave. If I, go to the end, go to the boss area and, and all that. So, yeah. Damn it. Ow. I need to try and hurry. Ow. Fucking rats. Let me up, let me up. Yo. Alright, good. Alright, so I have, so pretty much I now have like another golden scarab type thing. So, there's that. we technically last left off where we had defeated the magma worm dragon thing. And we got around like Altus Plateau, and then we met up with I think it was like Raya and everything, and we got taken to Volcano Manor. So there's that. But yeah, there's pretty much my stats and everything right there without the Great Rune equipped. So you know. But yeah, I think it's. But yeah, I think like I think like what you have, the way that you have to do is like you have to be like up there somewhere. If you go and you like get on this tree. Yeah, basically pretty much go from up there, get in this little tree area, just get on here, and then get on, get to this little cave area and go from there. Let's see. I didn't want to go there. There we go. Abandoned coffin. But yeah, another little thing to kind of talk about as far as like this build goes in this run. This is my second time doing a Journey 2 playthrough, also known as New Game Plus. because originally, because originally Great Pumpkin Eater, former now Great Pumpkin Lord, he was going to originally be a character that did not beat Malekith, and everything, and thus he was not going to turn Lindell into the Ashen Capital. Now, some slight blame can be done here and there, for a certain individual. About the whole situation of like, oh, are you going to like or like, oh, are you going to take like, oh, are you going to like maybe take him um into the end game, which originally was like, no, I wasn't. But then it's like, well, now you kind of got me thinking. You got me thinking. I got ideas, formed in my head, because of like, because of how like I'm playing as a champion of one of Fia's, champions and all that. It was like, hey, I might as well like maybe try and do her quest, complete her quest line and become Elden Lord. And that's exactly what I did. Like I beat the game. I beat the game, for like for whatever amount number of times, and everything, and yes, who cares? Yeah, basically, like in a nutshell, like I beat the game, I beat the game, I got the ending, and everything like that. And originally, like the whole idea was like, oh, I'm going to, I was like, again, like the whole idea was originally going to be like, oh, I'm going to, not even chasing me. Let me have my map, let me map, give me my 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 map. Actually, hold on. I think I got a slightly better idea. But anyway, like, the whole idea was this character was not going to be, going to end game, but I did because, thoughts got planted in my head about, getting into the end game and, and fulfilling, the quest line and all that. And even though that we had, and even though, like, we had tested out the whole situation about, playing, playing co-op and everything, and doing a thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to, send my something sign out and everything while we have a password going, see if it, can actually, see if if it actually goes to, to something pools while while we have a password active, and it did, and we found out that it did, and then it was, and I had like a feeling that it was going to, but a certain friend was always kind of in that, was always kind of in that aspect of like, hey, keep a character, at like this amount of thing here, and then, like, oh, like, keep this, like, keep this character, wants doing this or that. That way you can be able to, to come here. So that way, you can basically be able to, like, come here. So that way, like, basically be able to come here to the grace. And it's like, oh, like, well, just, like, put your side down like this. And everything. Instead of, like, always going to, instead of, like, always, have to rely on fucking, instead of always having to, like, rely on, swimming pools. Let's see if I can kill this thing. That should not hit. I was trying to go for a fucking crit hit. There we go. Oh, Black Blade and Black Halberd. Okay. Well, I had touched grace. I might see about taking on this dragon and everything, just get more runs and things of that nature. So now, I'm going to go back to the Grace. I'm going to rest at it without anything, back to all that. Yeah, the reason why there's like a marker thing there is because there's a piece of a medallion that I need to try and get from over there. Because the thing I'm gonna be trying to do at most is I'm gonna be trying, I'm gonna be trying, like, for the most part, to get everything that I can, as far as, like, like as far as, like, a lot of like a lot of summoning pools, a lot of, like a lot of summoning pools, a lot of graces, things like that. And of course, because, because of, me being, so there's gonna be, like, because, like, I'm gonna be someone who's gonna have, Lindell, like Lindell be active, or like Lindell being, like, its main thing. It's like, and because it's probably gonna be a thing where it's like I'm gonna try to maybe, like, help people out, more than anything like that. It's like, hey, might as well get everything that I can. Like, especially if I'm going to be doing a thing where it's like, I'm going to actually play this like, like it's a, like Dark Souls, and be like, oh, like this thing doesn't have, like oh, this place doesn't have, or what I'm trying to say is like, like basically trying to play like this whole game is like a Dark Souls, type game where you don't have the, like, we don't have, like, we don't have the summoning pools, and you have to do things, the old-fashioned way, basically. Oh my god, could you fucking let me go past you, you son of a bitch? Even though there's probably gonna be even though it's gonna be a kind of a slog to try and do this, but might as well just fucking try and kill this thing, even though it's usually only taking, like, for fucking ever. But I built, but with my, my weapons and all that being able to proc, shit. You can see, it's definitely gotten proc, this thing. Oh wow. I think I actually managed to do the little trick, um, to where it actually will still be here. But yeah, like yeah, the thing I was kind of like randomly trying was I was trying to like kill this thing. Yeah, basically, in a nutshell, like I was trying to do like a bit of a thing that I've seen some people do apparently, where if you can build like time it just right, um, if you can do the right timing and everything, um, you can somehow be able to get the rune that you would normally get from killing, this big ass dragon right here, but then rest to get the runes, but also still have it be here, so you can just keep farming this thing over and over and over again. Which I've never really done before. Like I tried one random time, but other than that, it was like, you know, bring the mimic out because sometimes, sometimes this area can be a little bit of a pain. Sometimes, sometimes these bats can. Yeah, because annoyingly enough, I've actually gotten killed by these fucking bats before. Especially the ones that like to grab you, and especially like the ones that like to fucking grab you and like just screaming your fucking ears. Yeah, get this. So now I should have. Yeah, I got both dex pieces, so I'll use that where I can. I'll jump over here. Be a big mama rat, I think. Oh, get over here. Yeah, even though we don't really need it, but yeah, it took quite a lot. It took quite a lot it took a while to figure out like how to get this fucking to get this item right here. Because like I remember the times where it's like I'd see something shiny, but I didn't know how the fuck to get there. And I actually remember one random day, like just looking up a video about like how like about this area and found about that little like that little passageway. But anyway, but yeah. So now that I got the Dectus pieces and everything like that, gonna go here. Oh yeah. Might as well just kind of just show this off for the hell of it, but those who want to see like what Pumpkin Lord looks like under the helm, here you go. Um, so basically, in a nutshell, when it came to the look and everything for Great Pumpkin Lord, uh, this is one of those little situations where it's like I didn't really I didn't really do like too much I didn't really do too much in terms of like put any in terms of like putting any effort into it or whatever. I basically just did a bit of a thing to where it was like I just used like what the game provided and just like played around with like the features, just like just play around with like a few different things and it's like what this is it. This is gonna be the look right here. You know. But yeah, I remember like at least at one point in time I chose like a preface, look from like this one random class, um, and I chose a hairstyle that I haven't really used on any other character at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to like probably like use this, go from there. And everything. So, yeah. I also kind of like made a bit of a lore type of thing too when it comes to Pumpkin Lord and and his mask and his helmet and all that. But I'll get to that in a sec. I was gonna go ahead and just thing in my box. Pop, 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 pop. I'll keep the After the War stuff out for right now. Talk to Melana.
The Erd Tree is close, only a little further till the foot of the Erd Tree, and the accord is fulfilled. It takes me back. I was born at the foot of the Erd Tree, where Mother gave me my purpose, though now everything is lost to me. I have to ascertain for myself the reason for which I live, burned and bodiless.
But yeah, so I came up with a bit of like a random ass lore story and everything like that for Pumpkin Lord. And basically, in a nutshell, no one really is known to know. No one really knows what he looks like underneath, underneath, the pumpkin helm and everything like that. Um, the only time that he's ever taken off his helm as if he goes to see Thea and get a nice warm hug from her because she because he is one of her champions, and it's like he only trusts her, and everything like that. And it's like she. Uh, I don't know like I don't quite know like the right word, but it's like but like with Pumpkin Lord and Via, it's like he feels safe. He feels safe. He feels like safe, secure, and all that stuff, and you know and he would do anything to for Via, especially to and especially he'd do anything to hopefully try and keep her alive. Even though I don't know if it's really possible to keep Via alive because I haven't really experimented with it that much, but that's kind of like how much how far he'll go and how much he'll do and everything like that, and he even would go to the point where it's like he wouldn't mind of losing like having like a random like a one loss of health or something like that, as long as he got to get him, got a chance to be embraced by Fia herself, and everything, and especially get to get a Baldican's blessing from her and everything like that. So that's kind of like a it's kind of like like another little thing that kind of just came up with where it's like where it's like only one person knows what Great Pumpkin Lord truly looks like. Alright. Take America. And I'd say and I would kind of say like another thing about him is that in terms of like the remembrances that he's gotten, um, he doesn't he's pretty much going to be like the only one that will never cash those in, for anything. Like he pretty much has those. He pretty much keeps like the remembrances of bosses that he's defeated as like his own little like personal trophies and everything like that. But like if the mood, I say like if the mood were to suffice and everything like that, and he was able to somehow like at least dupe all the remembrances at least once, then maybe then it's like maybe just maybe he might use some remembrance bosses to like to like gain some. That wasn't even close. Like that should like that honestly should not have hit me. Yeah. Like no joke. That shit should not have hit me like at all. it's like he fucking barely got me by the tip, even though like, you know, even though he originally he shouldn't have. Because, you know, again, he was nowhere near me. You know, he was nowhere near me. He was nowhere close to even fucking. Yeah, he was nowhere close to even fucking getting that thing off. And I can't help but say, you know, like, what the fuck, game? Troll's Golden Sword. Yeah, I'm gonna make you waste that. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to hit me. Feel good about that. You feel good about that, boy. Alright, so I do know that I'm going to have to go and fight, I know that I'm going to have to, like, you know, find the area to get in the Lindell in order to, you know, make some progression. Some progression, bruh. Skull. And just grace over here. And be like our graces. It's like we like it the graces, we like it the golden shiny things. Yeah. Yummy. Okay. That was gonna be some treats on the boils you have to deal with. rock one. Ow. Ow, that should not have hit. You missed. Alright, that's one. Okay, proc was rot. I want rock for a win, bitch. Great Shield and Heroes Room 1. Alright. And yeah, I will say too, like, you know, luckily for me, like, you know, like, I say like the one lucky thing that was, you know, the one lucky thing I was able to do as I, you know, did this whole, you know, New Game Plus run, you know, and everything like that was, apparently like the Sacred Tears and everything had gotten, had gotten like, you know, re-added technically to where it's like, you know, you go find them at certain areas and things, and you know, and it pretty much like counted towards my charges because basically in a nutshell, like I think like I was about like maybe like 13 flasks with 10 charges, and then I think maybe like I think like maybe I got like a golden seed or something like that to get like the final thing, because basically in a nutshell you get like 14 flasks in total and everything. And and it's like, you know, with charges, pretty much, you know, all the way up to, you know, to a max of 12 charges, you know, so that way you can get more out of, you know, so that way you can basically be able to get more out of, you know, your stuff, right? So it's like, okay, you know, I'm kind of content with, you know, with just having, you know, like X amount here, and X amount there. But luckily, you know, I was able to, get some more, some more stuff, and now I'm basically set, you know, with all that, which is good. They're good. I think it's good. I'm glad. But yeah. Alright, so let's see. I think I'll go this way first. Go to this church up in here. Okay, those should not be hitting me. Get out of here. Like, you're not allowed to hit me like that. You're not allowed to hit me at all. Okay, golden order seal. Golden centipedes. Centipedes.
spoken words of if you wish.
I am not
Tell
interested.
me
Like, I am not interested in that kind of shit. Well, there might be a dragon coming. Yeah, I think so, because give me my great axe. Thy giveth to me on thy great axe. Okay. I believe Marg is going to try and show his ugly ass face. See, the one thing I always thought that should happen technically is that this version of Margit should always be weak. Like, he should not be able to, like, use, like, like his golden weapons and shit like that. Like, like, he's been beaten. He's been beaten. He should be, like, extremely weak as fuck. And stuff like that. And again, like, I know, and I know Spade's probably gonna be, talking about like, oh, like, get good, blah 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 blah. And it's like, it's not a case of like getting good or saying like, like he's, or like, fucking saying that like, he's OP or whatever. But it's just like, it's just the logic. It's just the logic of like, he's no longer, like he's been beaten. Like he's been beaten. He shouldn't have all these, all these things, stuff like that. So,
of course, tell me.
Like he should be, again, he should be a complete weakling. He should not be able to, like conjure up, like his golden weapon and shit and everything. He should not be allowed to do that. Like I said, you beat him early game and everything like that. So why is he allowed to do stuff that he does? Like if he actually has any meaning at this point? Because honestly, he doesn't. Like fucking. Hell, I pretty much would say the exact same thing about the whole situation with Radon. You know, like Radon has no meaning. You know, like there's no reason for him. There's no reason for him to exist. You know, let alone like he should not have. He honestly should not have been in the DLC. Like I don't care what you say. Like there's I don't care what you say. There's no reason for Radon to have come back or anything like that. You know, like he's stupid. You know, like he's a stupid shit boss. You know, like no one gives two shits about fucking Radon or his lore. Everyone who says that is fucking lying. You know, because like no one gives a shit. You know, it's like, like I say, you know, if anyone tells you otherwise, you know, it's like they're lying. You know, they're full of shit. You know, no one gives a shit about Radon. You know, he should have stayed dead after the whole festival thing. And again, you know, if anyone says otherwise, they're lying. You know, like you know, there was no reason for Radon to fucking come alive in any sort of capacity. You know, even for a fucking DLC. You know, like fucking, you know, no one cares about Radon. You know, he's nothing but an old. He's nothing but an old washed up bitch boy of a general or whatever. You know, again, no one cares. So, fuck him. You know, fuck Radon, fuck his little, you know, story or lore or whatever. You know, no one gives a shit. That's just how it is. You know, no one gives two shits. You know, I don't know, and again, I don't know, I don't know why the fuck, you know, FromSoft decided to bring him back, let alone have him, you know, being the DLC. You know, like why? You know, who the fuck would want his sorry ass in the DLC? No one. You know, no one cares about him. No one likes him. You know, he's a worthless piece of shit. You know, he pretty much, you know, he's pretty much gone off the deep end. So it's like, again, you know, why bother Katie? You know, why bother, you know, bringing him back? You know, why bother doing anything of the sort with him? You know, like why? You know what? Like why? Who the fuck cares? No one. Again, no one does.
My utmost for bringing here, and thus I shall farewell. I shall leave. I wish you luck. I have no.
You know. And sure, you know, you might say like, oh, you know, Rumble, you're talking out your ass, but it's like, no, I'm not. You know, you know, you can say this or that all you want, but you know, I'm right. You know. And I know some people always say like, oh, you know, the truth hurts, and that's kind of the situation. You know, like no one gives a fuck about Radon. You know, he should not have been in the DLC. He should not have been the final boss. And you know, honestly, you know, just like Melania, you know, he should be nerfed to the fucking ground because no one gives a shit about him. You know, no one gives two shits about Radon. You know, he's a sorry super boss. You know, no one likes him. No one's ever going to like him. So again, you know what? You know, it's like, you know, why? So again, you know, it's like why waste our time having us fucking fighting him again? You know, like when he should have been dead already. Face Kate, you know, like fuck him. You know, like fuck him, fuck Melania, you know, all that. And again, you know, you can say I'm crazy, say I'm wrong, this or that, whatever, but I'm not. I'm right. No one, I mean no one, will give a shit about Radon. You know, he should have been dead. He should have stayed dead. You know, that's just how it is. You know, pretty much if I was doing like any sort of like grandma's hashtag, it'd be like, pretty much be like hashtag fuck Radon. You know, fuck, die Radon die. Because again, no one gives a shit about him. I think just like, how no one really gives a shit about Poe. Alright. See, but curious, because I know it's going to be a thing, and so technically have, a longer interaction with as far as Dungear goes. Yeah, that's right, fuck off and die. Out of here. Whoa! Now kill this motherfucker. That's not a hit. That's not a hit either. There we go. And then boards run out of that. But yeah, basically in a nutshell though, like, I didn't know actually the whole situation with the ash summons and everything at first. But knowing the fact that I technically have like, quite a low, FP thing, and it's like the only thing I can really do is just, use Mimic Tier for, for my ash summon for Great Pumpkin Lord. That should not hit. Nope, nope, nope. You're not gonna kill me, you're not allowed to. Yeah, stand there like a dumbass. But yeah, I say like the goal as far as but I say like the goal as far as like, you know, this playthrough goes. I'm gonna try and, you know, basically like, you know, just me trying to get to Malachus. I will attempt to fucking kill, you know, the horse boil. But after that, it's like, you know, it's like after I, you know, do that, it's like, okay, you know, I'm keeping me here, you know, and then it's like work on other, you know, just like work on other stuff. No, you're not gonna do anything with your weapons. You know, stop it. Yourself. And you're supposed to, you should have already been dead. Okay. I know I can go past and all that, but I'm gonna kill him. That should not have hit. Something over here. Quit with the little tornado shit. You're not allowed to do that. Ow. That should not have hit. Halberd. Alright, now I'm gonna go back to the graves. I'm gonna rest at it so I can go, you know, to have everything in full. That's Okay. Run past these boils. If they come at me, then I'll gladly take them on up here. Like, you guys barely done fuck all with me. Get out of here. Alright, so... Need to find... I'm gonna find... Bullock's Blessing. Do that. No, you don't. Yeah, you're green hole. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to rest. Get everything filled back up. And I will be right back, so I'm going to blue screen you guys. I'm also going to mute my mic as well, because I'm going to use the bathroom. So, give me a moment. Much better. Alright. so now we've done all that. Gonna go back to round table, see if see what's up with Fia and everything.
No. I need to do better than this. This will never kill a god. I can do better than this.
I am pleased to see you again. Would you like me to hold you once more? Now, come closer.
Alright.
You are so very warm.
I love it. I'll let her hold me until an hour 30 on the lapse time.
Then good day to you, my dear.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly how much or how long you can be able to have her remain here and all that. Like let alone like being able to let alone like being able to have her alive and everything. But that's it. I mean, that was kind of like the idea also as well. Like to hopefully maybe keep Fia alive as much as possible, so that way like the lore and stuff be continuously go on, and like he can be able to go and like and Great Pumpkin Lord can be able to go see her, get a nice warm hug from her, get a Mulligan's blessing, and all that jazz. And the thing is, it's like he's already done like the quest, her quest line and everything, and he's already done the stuff that she would definitely would have asked for and everything like that. But and even though like he technically like reset like he changed he kind of like I don't know if I would say like he kind of like reset everything or what it's like it's what towards like has like a new timeline of sorts but he was one trying like hopefully have it to be where to where Fia will still be alive and everything like that, so that way he can go to visit her as much as he can. But I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah. Yeah, it's like he's famous like a thing. He's famous like a someone like who he's famous like the one who will always fight in the name of Fia. Like everything that he does, like he does it in the name of Fia and everything. I think that was a Black Knife Assassin. Grab that. Blessing of the Earth Tree. Anything slid there. I'll skip the cutscene because no one gives a fuck about Morgoth. Ow.
Shall not be forgiven.
He talked so much he didn't even get a chance to say his other shit. Ugh. Fuck your chair. Nice touch there. Grace there.
Hello again, old friend. Allow me a moment. You are unable prevented the thorns, a husk, the only way, and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide.
Alright, so I got the roll medallion. But yeah, once I, make some progress on that, I'm gonna see if I can go back and get another Balkan's blessing from Thea. Actually, no, I don't. I don't need to. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say the thing. See. Oh, excuse me. balcony? Try that. Alright. And yeah, also I don't know how long the stream's going to be. Maybe a bit of a long one or something. So just kind of throwing that out there. An imp, human head. I want to try and help. I want to help. I want to try and do like a thing where I get someone to, to like help, to like transfer an imp head, the imp head thing, to page bill. I don't know why, but I've kind of had like a bit of a thing where it's like, when it comes to like page build and Elden Ring. I feel like for the most part, like she's kind of becoming like a, like a collector. Like she tries to like, get all like the weapons, armor, like the armor sets, incantations, all other just jazz. Like I'm kind of like trying to like have her be the one, like the one character that has basically like everything she could ever do. She does. I always fucking hated these. I always fucking hated these enemies, especially the flying variants. Doop-a-doo. Like I said, for the most part, when it comes to this, when it comes to this playthrough and everything, the main idea is to try and hopefully get to Malekith, and everything, make sure like I go. I am going to probably like activate him or something. Well, maybe. I mean, I can't remember. I can't quite remember if like if there's like a boss fought before like you do the thing, because I know he doesn't really have like a cutscene when you first when you first interact with him or whatever. But the idea at most is getting to his boss area, killing the horse boil, getting to his area and at least killing horse boil. And after that, I can just have fun. Slash try to do other areas and things like that. Maybe I might one day try and go back to fighting Moog again, see how that goes. I will admit, like, I am honestly kind of curious to see how things go if I like actually decide to fight Moog again. Because for those that don't know, I'm trying to kill this thing. There we go. But yeah, basically in a nutshell, like, I managed to do a bit of a thing to where I actually managed to kill Moog on the first attempt with no hits and no phase 2. I'm gonna go this way. I was gonna be like, boss triggered, thing, whatever, but trying to go for the crit there, but fine. That's it. Killer Rolo. Ha hoo hee. Alright. I'm at least going to try. Yeah, well, I'm gonna at least get this grace. Of like a quick way, to get over here. If I get everything. And I always forgot who the fuck goes here to For what rune it needs to get activated. Morgoth's rune's activated, and I remember now that Moog's is activated as well. That's pretty much why like it was on the side, not like in the center. Speaking of runes, I might as well go try and see if I can fight old Radon, cause yeah. Yeah. Woo. I don't know. Yeah, so let's see. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, did I activate this? Yes, I did. Some boy went boom. Oh, I gotta see the merchant. Oh, yeah.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way. Welcome, value these. I'm hungry.
Alright, take that. Sure. Here's fire arrows. Nice steel fist. That's not a hit. That's not a hit either. Alright. So bot. There's another dragon there. Go ahead and get suited and booted, take it out. That's not it. Oh, bad. Take a poison like a fish that you are. This is not a hit. Of course. Alright, go there so I can get rid of the Scarlet Rot. Even though, like, even though, like, the whole situation, like, oh, if I get Scarlet Rot and all that, it's probably, like, makes me more powerful. Like, it still kind of, like, gets to me where it's like, I'm low, like, I'm losing a lot of health like, almost like each tick or whatever. Like I'd say, at most, honestly, that like the way that I'd say that at most, honestly, that like the way that I would want to to have Scarlet Rot proc, to get stronger and everything is by me not getting the fucking thing. Oh, stop it! You're not even good. Get out of here. Give me my horse, please. Like when I call upon the horse, I want the horse. Oh, hello. Poison moth flight. Alright, so that's more fan daggers. hit. I'll let these boys go at it while I go get Grace. Reset everything back to its original position. Get rid of these markers. Activate that. Gotta love it. Alright. We'll see how things go here. White bow. Is there a way to get like a... So I'm wondering like who this character is.
As a fellow combatant, Blythe, now, the way ahead is...
Champions! Welcome! Ah, you came. How delightful. Indeed, I thought I might find you here.
By the by, do you know for whom this festival is being held? Well, it is none to think.
But be sure to get a... Are you good and the festival?
Yeah, I don't care about the story, 'cause like I said, who gives a fuck about Radon? No one, not who. Fuck your chair. Close up of the cameras each time. Oh, yeah. Alright. That's where I'm gonna go. Or that way. Game? with the fucking arrows. Ow. Ow, that's not it. Ow! That's not it. Nice. Fuck yeah. Cause yeah, I'd say like for the most part, as far as like, you know, bringing anyone in, you know, from like the random NPC summons, um, at most, apparently it's like saying like, oh, you know, the best one to do is you know, like, is Okina. You know, 'cause you better like, you know, just bring in Okina, you know, let him do his little, you know, stuff and things with his sword, and it's like, I want to see Rivers of Blood, but I don't know.
What a sick way to fight. Hey, mate, the glory of the clash is shared, and then a fall. I can't fathom he was a living. Well, the wheel of fate, if it's on the card, you are a fine.
Alright. Oh, hello, Alexander.
Ah, hello there. It was a battle marvelously fought. You are well and truly a champion, friend. I, on the other hand, am nothing but a crock. One hit was all it took to crack me, and for my insides to come spilling out. After that, I hid like a coward, and as such, I can hardly stand to face one such as you. But don't you think I've given up just yet. As luck would have it, there's a veritable mountain of warriors' bodies right here. If I can just squeeze this bunch down inside me, I'll be a mighty warrior again in no time. And you know, the bodies found here are exceedingly fine. Who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the Shattering? The greatest of all wars. Just you wait and see, friend. I'll grow even stronger. Just you wait when next we meet. The bodies found, who could expect? Just you wait. You're all from now on. So, all right, lads. You'll all be inside me from now on. So, all right, lad. You're all from now on. So.
Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to fast travel, I'm not going to use this thing here. Because one, I want to check around, place and everything like that, just because I feel like, you know, there might be like some little items to pick up. Even if I might be full of whatever there is. But another reason why I'm not leaving is because there is a catacomb area thing around here. Look over this area, see if there's anything of interest. I think it's like all somewhere like way the fuck over here. There's like little catacomb things you go to. I believe it's like it has a thing to where you can get like a golden seal or something. But also, um, it does have but it also does have the ability to technically let you farm for running, because like there's like a whole bunch of like warrior ghost things and shit. Yeah, I'm going to activate the grace. Then I'm going to check that just to make sure. And because I have to, because of how I have to technically, beat the thing, I'm just going to go back out here. So like fast travel. I think it's over the balcony. Now, I don't know 100% for sure yet, but I'm kind of thinking about like whether or not if I want to try and, do some stuff in the DLC with Great Pumpkin Lord, or if I'll just have him be like the one character that doesn't go into the realm of shadow or something. I don't know. Alright, so run, 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 run. Kill this boyo. Sit down. Like, sit down. You guys ain't worth the trouble. I can kill you in a heartbeat. Stay back there, jackass. What are you gonna do? What do you think you're gonna do, huh? Thinking old Bubble's gonna save you from me? Like, you think your little bubble thing's gonna save you from me? I love it. Where are you? Alright. And down the woods we go. Excuse me. Alright, so we got that. Hey! I was trying to fucking go into that area. Like, son of a bitch. Okay. Just the tire. Play the calling. Alright, more stuff to put in my box. Always keep the Serpent Hunter because, you know, just in case if I get summoned into, you know, to Rykard. Oh boy, oh. That's not a hit. That should not have knocked me down. Oh, I have to get revenge now. I cannot allow that fucking death to go unavenged. No. I'm sorry, but no. That was complete bullshit. I should not have been knocked down. I should not have died like that. Like, no. Nope, I can't do it. Nope, turn it. We're going to turn it nighttime. I will fucking get my revenge. And I'll keep doing it until that fucking Knights Cavalry is dead. Cause it deserves to die. You know, they could have taken the easy way. You know, just accepted his death like the bitch that it is, but no, it decides to, you know, knock me off the area, you know, and everything when it knew it was about to fucking die. That should not have hit. Oh, get over here, you son of a bitch. No. That should not have hit. I don't care what you say. No. Leave me alone. Stop being the bitch that you are. Get off your horse and fight me. That should not have hit. Game, give me my fucking credit. That should have been a hit. Told you. The game fucked me out of getting a crit. That should have been a crit. I should have been able to get the fucking crit, stance break, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and all that, but no. But either way, the fucker's dead now, so. I got most of my heals back. Alright, let's go. No! Bullshit! That should not have killed me. Now I'm gonna have to kill that. That thing's definitely gonna die. Now that thing's definitely going to die. Yeah, if I can want to pull that shit out your ass when you're not supposed to, you're not supposed to do that. So I'm gonna make sure that you die for sure. No matter how many times, no matter how many attempts it takes, you will die. That's not a hit. Get over here, you stupid son of a bitch. Ow. That's not a hit. Get over here, take your death like the bitch that you are. Nice medallion. Skip all that. Alright, so yeah, the main goal, like I said, is to try and hopefully, get to get the Malakas and everything. I know we have to fight Fire Giant and all that shit as well, so we'll see how that shit goes. Oh, it's you.
Finally, the tarnished. The wood, oh my, I fear that you, well, as for his I hope he can make. You were about to start the life, only so that, what a hope of your ascendancy, but how would the chosen task spare? If you up and attain, then he, chosen, descend as he called, if you and the girl, setting me the path, burn and incinerate. Make it!
Yeah, basically the dude's lost his marbles. As if he had any. Yeah, no, homeboy in the distance there is going to be trying to fire his great bow at us. That should not have hit. Get up. And you are going to pay for that. If no fucking enemy hits me, and lives to tell the tale. Like them's the rules. Alright, gonna chill here.
There is something I'd like to say. My purpose, and now I have said regardless, I won't not even.
Okay, whatever you say. I think I have to go this way. I know like the next little area and shit is having to deal with fire giant. And I know I'm not gonna be getting like every single. I know I'm probably not gonna be getting like every single grace, but you know it's fine. I was doing just at most trying to get stuff that's along the way. And we have like some sort of like like checkpoints here and there, like checkpoint type things here and there, where you know. Yeah, I'm not gonna face you, homeboy. At least not in this. At least not in this run. Going to avoid you like the bitch that you are. Church America. And yes, I know it's America, but I like saying it as America. Nice little spring thing to use. This is bad boy right here. Right here. Wow. Excuse me. So, check PC side real quick. Alright, everything's good. No bots have been trying to pull their shit. Like no bots allowed, man. Nope, you're not gonna do that. You are not allowed to do that. Alright. Let's see. Bop, 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 bop. Trolls versus birdies. Okay. Bop, 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 bop. I believe. I'm trying to remember where like the fucking summoning pool's at for here. Okay. Alright, so survey says, while I get this, will I be able to beat Fire Giant on the first try? Can I summon my mimic, please? Okay, that's bullshit. probably nighttime for it's fine, you know, like I know some people are not going to be working and all that, you know, and everything, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I get it. You know, I have no problem with the door. Oh my God! I actually managed to stand breaking that. Been watching Jack Skellington. I hope it's good. Nice. Hey! You know, it's you know, it's kind of funny that you talk about the. I know it is, Hannah. It's you know, it's the boss. You know, it's the boss. You know, it's like, roar, you know. So it happens. You know, like it happens. I can't do anything about it. So you know, like. You know, trust me when I say, like, I wish I could, you know, like, have, like, the perfect balance of audio and stuff like that, but I can't. You know, like, not everyone's gonna have the perfect anything. Um, well, yeah, but anyway, I was gonna say, like, you know, you mentioned, you know, like, the whole, like, you know, Jack Pumpkin thing, and I was just gonna say that I'm playing as a character who has a pumpkin, for like, a pumpkin helm on his head. You know, cause that's what I'm wearing on my headpiece. And also he is known as Great Pumpkin Lord because you know he became Elden Lord at the request of his you know of Via the Deathbed Companion, someone you know who he kind of like has like a special bond with and everything like that. But yeah, in some situations like that, you know, audio is gonna you know always do that. Yes, it is a big chain. It's a big long chain that you can better ride or run across. I'm glad though that we were able to beat Firegiant first try. Had a bit of a slight rocky start, but you know, we got heals.
I have long observed this world and death. Are you to commit? Very well, let my hand.
So, yes, that yes, that is Melina. You know, she is known to be with you for the most part of the game until about right here, at most. And yes, and you know, to the people watching and everything like that, you know, whether it's live or VOD, like, yes, I know I am skipping cutscenes and all that, you know, like I've seen all this shit before. Doesn't matter, so. Yeah, that's definitely probably one way to, you know, to put it as far as like, you know, you know, the, the expression goes. Like, it's an expression you want right now. so careful. Room 9. Crumbling for Room Azula. Ow! That should not have hit, nor should it have killed me. Now you're gonna pay for that. Now you're gonna fucking pay for that. Because no one kills me and lives. I didn't even get a chance to get the fucking grace either. What? 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 Okay, over here. You're going to take your shit like the bitch that you are. Alright, got something cool here. One Custer Grace. Going to rest at the Grace. Now there is going to be a dragon that, you know, that appears here. I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna fucking bother with it. We'll get the, you know, the shiny things like that. And just be on my way. Get out the way. It's not worth the time or effort today. Alright. Pop this. I got not one, but two Beastmen's Curve Swords. 7. I'm going to run through this shit. Oh, even more time of the day. Ow. I should not have died, but it's fine. It's, you know, fucking here. You guys get to live for now. At least I got my fucking grace. But they should not have been allowed to come out here, let alone kill me. So we're gonna call that a cheat. But like I say, It's all good now. Yeah, like I said, I got my grades, so. I'm not gonna worry about these boyos, because it's not worth it. Yeah, I think I think like what's gonna happen is, I think possibly at most like dealing with Godskin Duo, and then that should, take me to Malekith area, so I can go to, end my journey there. I know there's that boy over there, but, he's all the way over there. Popping Ronar. Summon Bernal. Okay, fuck off with your rolling. That's not hit. Really? That should not have killed me. That's bullshit. That's cheat. And technically, it's not really a cheat, but it's fucking bullshit. I should not have died to the fucking ground pound bullshit. I should not. That should not have killed me. But it's whatever. You stay back there. You don't want none of this. Now we'll use Mulligan's Blessing. do that. Yeah, here. Okay, that was bullshit. I should not hit. And there we go. We'll call that first fight mulligan. Because it didn't count. Alright, so go down here. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Round Table Hold. I don't know if I'm gonna randomly assume that probably, because like stuff and things have happened and changed and all that. Um, that probably like fucking Thea is no longer going to be in the room. So I'll go from there to there, as you can see. Ring Hail, Flail, Hail Flail, Bell Cell, Belly Lose, Stormhawk Axes.
Have you ever felt the pox upon life itself? Apparently not. You are but a lamb. You no longer. I've been...
Wait, what? I got one of your fucking, like, Seabed curse things. Wait, maybe I have to talk to him again?
No. Wait. You have felt the curse. I can smell it on you. Apparently Mice was a brief going and strapped in this... I can kill in the pox.
Yeah. I kind of forgot that, like, oh, he says, like, oh, he doesn't smell this or do that at first, but then it's like, you talk to him again if you have a belt, if you have a thing, and it's like, oh, so. 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Alright. So that will really hell. Dragon's Temple Altar. Sorry about that. I was doing a bit of the stretchy. But I hope everyone's been enjoying the stream and everything like that, though. Whether you're watching this live or as a VOD of some kind. I will say, like, I am pretty happy with how things have been turning out with this run. Like, sure, like we've had some bullshit stuff here and there, but other than that, it's not been the worst experience. And that's saying something. Oh god. Ow. Lucky fuck. That should not have killed me. It should not have killed me, but whatever. I'll let you live for now. You know, that's what you want to be. So you want to be a pain in the ass. And I gotta go back and do. Well, now I gotta go through all that shit again. Yeah, I just gotta get my fucking runes back. They're mine. And only mine. Ow. Hey, dumb dog. These are mine. There's a part of me that wants to have my other astral warp, my axe out, and hit. Ow. There's a part of me that wants to have like my other astral warp, my other axe, because right now I have the door, which, to be frank, like, I don't really use it. I don't really use that or anything. Ah! Ow! Nope. Get out my way, you're not worth the time. Yeah, fly away, not like the bitch that you are, because you know you are. Yeah, the reason why I want fucking like gravitos thing is because of these fucking birds and any other enemy and any other flying based enemy. You know, if I could just go, just thrust my thing into the ground and bring anyone that's flying, that's randomly flying up out and about. down to the ground. That should have hit, and that should have, you know. Alright. Alright, no, took care of the more annoying ones. I wish they could have, wish he would have fallen. That would have been funny as fuck. Anyway, you know, yeah, I want to try and kill this fucking giant tree sentinel, you know, motherfucker on the horse. Before I think about ending. No, that's not it. That's not it either. Quit. You're not allowed to do that. That's not it. Alright. Alright, so I got that. I got my satisfaction from killing the horse boil. And you know, this is where pretty much this is where the main journey for Pumpkin Lore is going to end. Because he's not going to kill Malekith. He's already proven he's already killed him before. You know, he's proven all he needs to and everything. You know, he became a lord and all that. So yeah, you know. But yeah, he's pretty much done with the main thing. That was in there. That was in there. The Gash War stuff for now. Alright, so this is what I'm going to go ahead and end it for tonight. So first off, I just want to say I apologize, for starting thing for being a little bit late to the stream and everything like that. Getting things started. But at the same time, though, it's like, hey, I did do the other stream beforehand, so it's like not that much of a big deal, But I am glad to have been able to. But I am glad to have been able to have gotten back, to to Malekith area and everything like that, So, yeah. So yeah, pretty much this is going to be a thing where, this, so yeah, pretty much the thing is that Great Pumpkin Lord is going to be the only character that stays in this particular little, thing, this particular little, situation, if you will. Like he's not going to beat Malekith, he's not going to turn Lindell to the national capital, even though, it has been tested and proven that, if you use summoning pools and things like that, and if you and, the other person has, the same password going on, so you can be able to get summoned that way. But this is just like that little slight backup, just that slight little backup, like just in case, and everything, because, why the fuck not? Now I may or may not do like some side things on stream, but mostly I'm probably gonna be doing some things off stream, at most as well. We'll see. But who knows? Because like I said, I'm probably probably gonna be working on Great Pumpkin Eater here, or Great Pumpkin Lord here and there. I need to start remember saying Pumpkin Lord instead of Pumpkin Eater because he's now a lord, not now. But anyway, I may work on him here and there, and all that. But as far as things right now go, like he's got to where he's got to the main objective and everything like that, and I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this 3 hour long stream and everything of Elden Ring with Fetus Champion, the Great Pumpkin Lord and all that. We are going to try and raid someone because I do like being able to raid people after my streams. Whether it be like a big raid or a small raid or whatever. So if anyone's out and about in the chat, please copy the raid message that you see in the chat right there. Let whoever we raid know that you're coming from my community and everything. But yeah. First things first, I'm gonna try and get fucking Twitch mobile to come up on my phone so I can scroll through and see if I want to try and raid. That's basically how I often do things. But also like sometimes take a sweet ass time to try and fucking load into shit. So yeah, just give me just a sec. Close. Back to the app. Okay. We got some stuff. Alright, so yeah, now I don't know 100% for sure about this, because things may or may not change, but I think probably on my next planned stream, which is going to be hopefully on Wednesday, during my 2 days slow week of streaming, I might actually play more Doom 2, with the Borg mod and everything like that. Unless, of course, if the mod creator decides to update that to where it no longer is the Doom 2 campaign, but more like the Freedom Phase 2 campaign, and like an extra episode and all that. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that the update that thing that they have planned is is like a new upload instead of having that be the main case. But yeah, probably for right now though, I might try and do more of that game, with the Borg mod on Wednesday. And then probably on Thursday, I might do more Elden Ring, maybe might do some more stuff with Pumpkin Lord here. Or something like that, maybe, it depends. Because, I might, try to do, like I said, I might try to do, some side stuff here and there and everything. And of course, I also have other characters that I might try and, play around with as well. I know that I know that the one character I'm going to try to hopefully play around with in the future again is infallible. Like, I'm going to try and see if I can maybe, do more stuff and things in the DLC with her. Because I want to try and finish her little story, if you will, just like I did with Pei. But, we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I said, things may change, because also I think like sometime probably in the month of February, I think like I think sometime in February, DVD is going to be doing the return of TV8, which is going to be Resident Evil themed apparently. So I have to find out like when that's going to happen, plan around that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say for right now. Man, let's see if I can find someone to raid. I guess I could technically raid Miss Mallow, but I don't know. I don't know how long she's gonna be going for. But we will see. Oh my. Lady Mismar. And of course I got a fucking ad. Like, I fucking hate ads. Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, damn. Yeah, let's see if we can run into this person. Playing some Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic 06 apparently. So we can run into them. Neon Harper. Not Neon. Neon. But yeah, so again, I just want to say, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And I also want, go say thank you, Hannah, for, hanging out and everything. I know that you've been lurking for the most part. I know that, if you may have been talking like here and there and all that, but I do appreciate, you coming by and hanging out and, supporting little old me, while you're doing your own little stuff and things as well. It does mean a lot to me. But yeah, until the next stream and everything like that, though, as always, if you enjoy what you saw today and you watch this on Twitch, feel free to give the channel a follow and become a Rumble Maniac today. If you'll follow me anywhere else online, you can feel free to check out my YouTube channel, give it a sub on all the usual good stuff. And feel free to follow me on Twitter as well, at Mr. Rumble Roses, so you know what goes off any random posts that I put out there, including, YouTube links that I share, or just have some sort of way of messaging me, whether it be like a tweet or a DM or something. So, hell yeah. And also GG Siri bot for getting another, spam bot thing. Alright. But until I see you guys in the next video, or live stream, as always, excuse me, as always, take care everybody, and I hope you all have a good week or weekend.